fabric matching, which this is not an ideal fabric matching. This is more like pattern matching, but there's some similar components to the two. This is the toddler version fabric matching. This has actually been redone. Initially, these were different textures on the inside, but some of the textures had been like rubbed off. So one of them was like sandpaper, one of them was cork, one of them was cardboard, but like the kids had dug into them. So somebody redid them. I mean, it looks nice. And then there are matching pieces in here. So the primary difference between the toddler fabric matching and Children's House is that you have a board that indicates what all your matches could potentially be. That's the biggest issue with an activity like this, because you have to know what you're matching to. And on these, you could end up matching things that would pull it from the possibility of matching it to its pair. That makes sense. So let me just show you the two different kinds of fabric matching. In Children's House, we have just fabrics that you have to match together. So both parts, like if I matched this with this, then that means that this one would not have a match left. So you have to have a better understanding of what matching is before you introduce something like that. Which is why I like this concept, although it's not fabric, so it's not texture, it's just a visual matching. It still serves a similar purpose for visual concept. And so we're just finding each one. If it was the textured one, then you would want to be feeling each one of them instead of just visually matching it. But in the beginning, even with fabric matching, it's more of a visual match where the textures are different, but they can still, the control of air shows them by the way that they look. And then the other part of the control of error with a lot of these activities is that you will know that you're done when all the pieces match. So if I accidentally match that one there, and then this one's left, and that's not the right match, then I know I've incorrectly matched someone else along the way. That's just so pretty. Yeah, I like the very different one. So there's lots of manufactured materials that would work for this. I actually had made a few years ago a fabric matching where it was a poster board, and I had fabric swatches. I actually like laminated them into the poster board. So like so I had 4 squares, and I had them laminated on a poster board, and then I like cut out so you could feel the fabric. And then I had turned these pieces into little bean bags so that they could then match. So it's kind of like this concept where they have a template that they're matching it to, and then little bean bags that they can pair to. So the Children's House version is more difficult because they don't have the template to match to. They have to find the matches independently. And so you would match it similar to the way that you would the retouch tablets, where you just pick one that I'm matching this to, and then you're going to go through the rest of them until you find match. And then we'll do the next one, and the fabrics until you get to the line. Oh, match. And the control of error still is the visual sense of being able to identify. So you'll have younger kids who will just match them based on the way that they look instead of the way that they feel. But then as they get older, you can introduce the blindfold where you can isolate so they actually cover their eyes where they can't see, and then they really do have to match them just on the way that they feel. And as Lucia brought up earlier, you can add the blindfold to a lot of different things. So like back to the knob cylinders, you use the blindfold where you're isolating just their sense of touch and not where they can actually see the difference.